Hello, trainers, and welcome to Sometimes Drunk Pokémurder. There. That should get the kids out of the room. Alright, so the kids are out of the room.
You got that out of your system now.
Yeah, but the kids are out of the room, so now we can talk about adult things like Pokemon.
Hell yeah.
Last night when we were recording part 12 of Pokemon Fire Red, we started talking about some weird things like Pokédex.
Yeah.
You want to take it from there? Because I need to belch.
Well, so you asked, when a Ponyta dies, does the fire on its body go out?
Yeah.
And me, being the dork that I am, I got out my Pokemon cards and kind of started looking through the Pokédex entries for instances where they mention Pokemon death or Pokemon eating Pokemon, stuff like that.
Also, someone corrected you in the comments.
I
noticed it.
No, I'm kidding.
Because, yeah, you're like, oh yeah, that's right.
The Ponyta does not have... Ponyta looks like a horse. Rapidash has a horn like a unicorn, so derp.
Yeah. So, yeah, you got out those cards.
So I'm going to read the Pokédex entries to you, and to, you as the audience. See what you all think of this. First entry... Well, excuse you. The first entry comes from the, well, I guess the base deck. I've got the fossil card here. Or not the fossil, the jungle card. Pidgeot. Some people say Pidgeot. I hate that pronunciation personally. Pidgeot. When hunting, it skims the surface of water at high speed to pick off unwary prey such as Magikarp.
Dear God.
Which is kind of creepy, because...
Oh, I remember, I haven't heard all these, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
But you read that one to me, before, and you started talking about an episode.
Yeah, the episode with the St. Anne in the anime, where it sank. And James had been duped into spending his own future paychecks and Jesse's future paychecks, quite a few of them from what they made it sound like, on the Magikarp in the gold-plated Pokeball.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember this.
They're on the raft, the boat has sunk, everyone thinks they're dead, and they're hungry. And James has his useless Magikarp that can't do anything but flail around. Can't swim, can't carry anybody.
And Pikachu's too cute to eat, so
yeah.
It's like, oh...
So, let's eat Magikarp.
The obvious choice.
Conclusion. James and Meowth, they picture a Magikarp, cleaned and on a plate with lemons and butter and on a bed of lettuce. And somebody says, I think it's Misty says, there's no meat on a Magikarp. You couldn't eat it.
Which is kind of stupid. But I wanted to ask a question before we continued.
Yes.
If you had to, and leave it in the comments below, if you had to, which Pokemon would you eat?
Well...
Or hell, there might be people out there be like, oh, I love the thought of eating Pokemon.
Well, first of all...
I'm sure that's a fetish, right?
You never know. It is the internet.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm pretty sure that Misty meant for human consumption. There's not enough meat on it for you to survive. Much less, share amongst 5 people and 2 Pokemon. Is that weird that I knew that off the top of my head?
No, a little bit. I don't know. I would be like, I'm sorry, Magikarp, but I'm up for a snack.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Well, also what I also wanted to mention was in Gold, Silver, and Crystal, that was Team Rocket's new thing, was cutting off Slowpoke tails to sell as food.
No way.
In the games, yes.
Okay, not in the anime, though.
In the games.
Okay, that's still pretty messed up.
I know, I was like, who the hell would eat any part of a Slowpoke? Although they are kind of fat, so they do look like they'd be, I don't know.
So, back to our main card.
Back to our cards, yes.
Pidgeot. You don't like Pidgey...
Pidgeot.
Okay.
I hate that pronunciation. I don't know why. It's probably the right one.
Read it one more time.
When hunting, it skims the surface of water at high speed to pick off unwary prey such as Magikarp.
That must be terrifying.
That must be a wondrous sight to see, because Pidgeot is a beautiful Pokemon anyway. I mean, look at that thing.
Screw that.
Terrifying at high speeds.
What do you got next? And do these get worse as you go?
A little bit.
Okay.
I actually have 2 entries on Ekans. One is the fossil, and one is the rocket deck card. The first one, from the fossil deck, probably from the base deck also, I don't know. Moves silently and stealthily. Eats the eggs of birds, such as Pidgey and Spearow whole. And you don't like snakes anyway.
I hate snakes.
So
really
this
do.
picture right there is kind of terrifying.
Yeah, it is. I really hate snakes.
I don't mind snakes. I love snakes.
So
I
it
think
eats
they're
the eggs,
fascinating.
right?
Yeah, but it eats the eggs. But then the rocket deck takes it a little bit further.
So wait, I wonder, like, in the first episode, is it the first episode of the anime where there's a Pidgeot chasing or is it a Pidgeot? I can't remember.
It's a Pidgey.
Chasing Ash and
No, that's a block of
Pikachu.
Spearow.
Oh, okay. So I wonder if they went home and, like, all their eggs were gone. It's like, serves you right, bitch.
Oh my god! I never
Trying to
ever
murder a kid.
thought of that. Never ever thought of that. Okay, so the fossil/base decks, say it likes to eat the eggs. But as I said, the rocket deck takes it just one little step further. A carnivore that swallows its prey whole. Pidgeys and Spearows are its favorite food.
That's horrible.
That is horrible. That is pretty horrible. Like,
swallows them whole?
whole and alive.
Oh my god.
If you've ever seen,
you're just
like,
flying through the air, you land on a tree to take a break, and you're like,
and
ah.
then numb.
Yeah, and it's over.
Yeah, this is quick.
Is it?
Oh god.
Burr, burr, burr.
That's like, have you ever... Well, no. I was gonna say, have you ever had a friend that had a snake and he bought, like, feeder mice? They're live mice that you can buy at a pet store to stick into the cage with the snake live so that the snake, does not lose its ability to catch wild prey that's running around. Some people buy frozen mice and others buy
Let me see that
live
card.
mice. No. That one.
Yeah, the one you just read.
The one I just read. It's effed up. It's not as terrifying as the picture in the fossil deck, but it's...
And you were trying to talk me into catching an Ekans the other day. I have a Pidgeotto on my team.
Nah.
He'd be like, bitch, I'm leaving. You have to find a new bird. Preferably a dumb-looking one like Dodo or whatever it's called.
What?
What's the bird? The big tall one?
Oh, Dodrio.
Dodrio?
Doduo and Dodrio.
Okay. I just called it Dodo. I don't know. I know
Yeah, close enough.
shit about Pokemon, but yeah.
Okay. Up next
Last
is...
one?
Nope.
Okay. Cool.
We've still got 3 more.
Awesome. Keep going.
Lots and lots of death.
Oh, I just saw the card. That thing is terrifying.
This is from...
Remind me to put a video below. You know which one. James.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
We'll put a video of this Pokemon in the description.
Yes, this Pokemon is Victory Bell, and since he already mentioned James, you know where I'm going with this. But it's from the base set 2 is what the card I have, but it's obviously from the base set, fossil set, jungle set, all of that. I'm rambling now. The Pokédex entry is quite terrifying. It doesn't specifically mention any kind of prey that it might have, but said to live in huge colonies deep in jungles, although no one has ever returned from there.
No wonder, look at the freaking thing.
Look at it!
I'm like, no, not that close. I'm like, if I walked into a jungle...
Careful, that's kind of an expensive card.
Okay, if I walked into a jungle with my friends, and I saw one of those, the reason no one's ever seen again, I think I said this, was because you would just stop.
You just stop, like...
You would just stop and be like, don't move.
If you don't move, it can't see you.
Yeah, and you would just stand there.
And your buddy would be like, dude, it's not a Tyrannosaurus. Send out your flippin' Pokemon and capture this thing.
Like, no, it's worse. Please, send a Tyrannosaurus any day, just not this thing.
Well, and the thing is, it's also styled in the same way as a pitcher plant, so you know that those fangs there are completely just for show.
I don't care. It's
because
terrifying.
You know what the pitcher plant is. It's got like a sweet-smelling nectar in its belly, and that's what...
Dumb shit falls in it.
Yeah.
Just
the
short explanation.
Yeah, some poor thing falls in it and is slowly either drowns first and then is slowly digested in its stomach acid. And hey, acid is one of its moves.
Oh, great. But yeah, I would just stand there and I would just wither away. I'd be like, I'm not moving. It'll move first, I know it.
It's like I'm a plant, motherfucker.
And it's like, I'm not even hungry, you can leave. I'm like, no, I'm not moving.
Yeah, I'm carnivorous, but photosynthesis, bitch.
What else
you
got?
do photosynthesis? Anyway, this is Omastar from the Neo Discovery deck, I think we found out. This is the Pokédex entry. The Pokédex entry starts with the word apparently, which is kind of weird. Apparently, It cracked Shelter's shell with its sharp fangs and sucked out the insides.
Next.
Next is scary.
Serious? Wait, let me see that card too, but go ahead.
That's not really even a scary
Yeah, that one's not so
looking
bad.
thing. I mean, it's got, Cthulhu teeth, but...
Oh, it's a baby Cthulhu.
Baby Cthulhu.
Alright, yeah, that one's not so bad.
It's not so bad.
Oh, yeah, Shelter's like, fuck you.
I'm gonna go find a slowpoke tail to bite. And lastly, we have Kabutops. This is appropriately from the fossil deck. If you open that close to the microphone, it's gonna make such a horrible noise.
Go ahead.
What did I tell you? Anyway, Kabutops from the fossil deck. Again, doesn't really mention any specific Pokemon on Pokemon Action, but it's still pretty horrifying. Its sleek shape is perfect for swimming. It slashes prey with its claws and drains the body fluids.
That is definitely the worst one.
And that one is definitely a lot scarier looking than Omastar. Like, if I walked up to an Omastar, I'd be like, catch it.
You would
walk
die.
Up to a Kabutops, I'd be like, save me!
You would die looking in that thing's eyes.
Yeah, I know.
Because
the thing actually was in the anime. It was scary as shit.
It drains the blood, so...
Body fluid.
Body fluid, so... Ew.
Yeah.
He's kind of messed up. Kind of freaky. But still, it doesn't matter. Imagine that you're just laying there, being fucking juiced like an orange. And Kabutops, what does he say? Kabutops? Is that it?
Yes, I don't really
He's
remember.
He's like, kaboo-boo. And you're like, no.
It was in one episode.
Please.
It was in one episode of Aerodactyl, actually. And unfortunately, the Aerodactyl card that I have does not have a Pokédex description.
Well, if you're lucky, you can just rub some leaves on him and you'll be fine.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
His weakness is grass.
Yeah, well.
Just roll for the grass, you'll be good.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't help.
No, I don't think so. Well, that was the last of it. Some terrifying Pokemon are Pidgeot, Ekans, Victreebel, Omastar, and Kabutops.
So that's our... Well, it's actually yours, but
Oh,
that's our
you
effed up
participated.
Pokemon. If you have any comments, and I really want to know what Pokemon people would eat. I'm really interested in that. Which one would you willingly eat, if any? And which one would you eat if you absolutely had to?
Well, I think I would eat Seaking. Because,
Seaking?
yeah, Seaking. If I can find it really fast.
Yeah, might as well. We're already like
Shoot,
12 minutes in.
Seaking is the evolved form of Goldeen. And look at that motherfucker.
Oh no!
What? Okay, so it has a derpy face.
It's kind of cute.
It is kind of cute, but it's humongous. It's
Wait,
4'3" and weighs 86 pounds. An 86-pound fish.
I would eat a Jigglypuff.
You are effed up. You just said that because
I would
eat a Pokemon you think is cute.
I would stick her on an ice cream cone.
Funny you should say that. There is an ice cream cone Pokemon in the later gens, which is absolutely why I refuse to play those later generations.
Hey, Pokemon Black isn't that bad, but that's...
Kingler. Kingler.
Okay, yeah,
would be delicious.
Crack him open right now. Kingler?
Kingler.
Yeah. Well, that's it for now because we're almost 15 minutes in, I think. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave those in the comments because I'm really curious.
Really curious how effed up you guys are.
So, I guess we'll see you guys next time on... Sometimes Drunk! God, we're nerds.